What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and today guys I'll be going over the top 5 trinkets you should try and get first off in Hades. So guys, as you can see, we've pretty much got all of the basic trinkets unlocked. These are all legendary ones that you will unlock further in the story. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but they do come available to you once you progress with certain characters. Now we're going to start at number 5 and work our way down from there, 5 being the worst, 1 being the best. And coming in at number 5, we have any of the gods trinkets, aside from Hermes. So guys, as you can see here, this whole row here are the god trinkets up until just here to Demeter. So all these trinkets. Now, the reason I say any of them is because it depends on your playstyle, you know, your favorable gods, whatever one you like more. I personally am more of a fan of Poseidon, Athena, and Dionysus. They are my favorite 3, so it could be any combination of them. Now, in order to get this, you obviously need to find their boon out in the run that you're doing. Present them with Ambrosia for the first time, and that will trigger you to get their first trinket, which will enable you to get, obviously, better boons from them and whatnot. So, you know, make sure you've got Ambrosia available for yourself, otherwise you're going to be struggling. But at the beginning of the game, Ambrosia is a little bit harder to come by. Once you get further into the end game stuff, it becomes slightly easier to get. So yeah, at number 5, we've got the Gods Trinkets. Now coming in at number 4, we have the Myrmidon Bracer. Now this reduces the amount of damage you take from the front, but you take increased damage from the back. Majority of the time, you will be taking the damage from the front. The only time you'll be taking damage from the back is if you're accidentally getting hit or anything like that. Now, the Myrmidon Bracer starts at 10%, negative 10% damage, and then level 2, it goes to 25%. At level 3, it goes to 40%. Now, you get this trinket by presenting Achilles with some nectar for the first time. That will enable you to get his trinket and use it. And it is, like I said, a pretty good trinket because you can take reduced damage from the front. It helps out in boss fights because obviously any less damage that you take from enemies through the entire fight will result in you being healthier and stronger for boss fights and stuff like that. So, the Myrmidon Bracer comes in at number 4. Now, coming in at number 3, we have the Shattered Shackle. Now, the Shattered Shackle increases your attack, special, and cast by 60% of damage while not empowered by a boon. Now, I have this at level 2. At level 1, it's 40%. Level 2, it's 60%. At level 3, it's 80%. So that gives you a significant increase to your power if you're doing a run and you don't get lucky with any of the god boons or anything like that. And, you know, it's useful for using it for the first run for the Tartarus area. And then once you get up to the next area, you can easily swap it out for another trinket and you'll still get that damage bonus for that first area. Now, you gain this trinket by presenting nectar to Sisyphus. I'm hoping I didn't butcher his name. Now, you'll find this guy in the Tartarus area and he's signified by the exclamation mark on the room doors to go through the next room. You'll see it in the video anyway. And you can see there that that is the room you want to head into to meet Sisyphus. And present him with some nectar for the first time and he will gift you with his trinket. Now, coming in at number 2, we have the Old Spiked Collar. Now, this trinket is gained from Cerberus, and pretty much what it does is it adds extra health to your life total. So this is really good for when you're first starting out because you won't have access to too many trinkets. And I'm pretty sure Cerberus is actually the first one you give nectar to in the actual game. I'm pretty sure due to the tutorial, it makes you give Cerberus some nectar. So it's very easy to give it to him, and you know, once you've presented him with some nectar, you'll get the spiked collar, and it's really good for your first couple of runs because it enables you to survive longer. It gives you that little bit of extra health, just in case you need it for any sort of mobs or anything like that, which is really good. So just keep track of that as well, and definitely would recommend using the spiked collar. I've used it countless amount of times because it's just really good, especially in like the third area. I don't want to spoil it for you and say what it's called, but in the third area for the boss fight, it is rather handy as well. Now, finally, guys, coming in at number 1, we have the Lucky Tooth. Now, the Lucky Tooth is granted to you by Skelly. You'll find Skelly in your training room with all your weaponry. Simply present him the nectar for the first time around, and he will give you the Skelly's Tooth trinket. Now, this trinket pretty much will make you... It'll give you 1 Death Defiance. If you guys are not sure what that is, pretty much it'll bring you back to life. Now, once you level it up, it'll give you a certain amount of health. So for the first time, it's for the first rank, it's 50 health. Second rank is 75 health, and then the third rank is 100 health. Now, this will only work once. So once you've used it up, if you've used it in like the first or the second or third area, definitely swap it out for another trinket because you will not get a use out of it again. but it's definitely worth having. So guys, that is the top 5 trinkets that you should use to start off with in Hades. If you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe down below for more Hades content, but other than that guys, I will catch you in the next one.